Hey guys, how's it going? Did you miss me?
Fuck no, baby.
Alright. So, you remember Tokyo Revengers, right? Yeah, you know the one that was like really good the first season and then just really bad every other season. Yeah, you know the one. I loved this anime. It was the first one I've ever seen that had real, gritty, grounded action.
Oh, he did?
Ninja throwing up gang signs is nice and all, but the pure adrenaline rush I got when the gangs would just like run at each other was incomparable. Which is why it straight up breaks my heart to say that the fighting in that show was not it.
What did he say?
Now wait, don't click off. Let me explain. The only time we got to see actual martial arts in that show was for whatever time Mikey was on screen. I mean, jeez, this guy kicks almost as good as I do.
Stop the cat.
What? Oh, what, you don't believe me?
Man,
Oh yeah, not bet. I'll show you, not bet. But every other time the hands were kind of underwhelming. I mean, look at Takemichi and Mitsuya versus this absolute behemoth. Why are you not in JoJo's? Get your ass. You should not be fighting middle schoolers. How old are you? Hold on, wait, let me just... 16 years old, what the fuck? It's supposed to be this epic season finale showdown, but look at the actual fight. It's just a slugfest. Absolutely no skill on either side. No level changes, no angles, no head movement, brother. And then Mikey shows up and drops him off screen. I'm sorry, where's the fight scene in any of this? All I saw is a roided out, I am 12 looking motherfucker give the main character CTE for 15 minutes. And look, I get it, it's a hood rat anime. They're gonna be fighting like hood rats. What the hell is even? But you can't show me Mikey throwing a spinning wheel kick like Edson Barbosa and expect me not to be disappointed when the rest of the show is just...
Come on, let him get up.
That's why when I found out about a new gangster anime and I saw this, I just about... Windbreaker over Tokyo Revengers 100% when it comes to the fighting. These are back and forth, technical, martial arts masterpieces. Bro, you gotta chill. The character designs are super memorable, even if they are, you know. We got Shoko if she worked at Starbucks, Inumaki if he was deaf instead of mute, and Gojo if he... No, that's just Gojo. Also, back up a bit. Yeah, it was good. She is so... God, how did he do that? Each of these characters look distinct, but they also fight distinct. Like, so incredibly distinct, you are excited to meet every new character because you know the way they're gonna fight is gonna be completely unique to them. It's amazing. But one thing the show never does is state outright what specific discipline each of them uses. Like, it's never stated that Crollo does Aikido, or that Sakura knows Capoeira, or that Tsubaki is actually a dude. I like how it's never stated that Tsubaki... That's why I, the most talented martial artist on YouTube, will be going over each of their scenes and pinning down a fight style for each of them. Starting with...
Sunday school special shirt ass, boy. Your ass is like an exotic cricket, your little ugly ass, boy. Tap dancing frog looking ass, boy. And you out here with them roses are red, violets are blue. My booty stink. How about you, fat man?
You thought I was gonna start with the MC, huh? No. I've been wanting to talk about this guy for too long not to start off with him. But I'm sorry, this guy is just literally Crollo. It's a miracle you haven't gotten copyright struck worse than my channel. But you know what? We still ain't monetized yet, baby. DJ, play my... Suo is the right-hand man of Sakura, and usually the main character's partner is like the polar opposite of what they are. Oh my god, I love that show. This case is no different. While Sakura's emotional, honest, and quick-tempered, Suo is cool, guarded, calm, nonchalant, and the way he fights mirrors that perfectly. Suo is a grappler, plain and simple. To this day, we have yet to witness this man throw a single punch. Look at this fight, for example. Before the first punch is even thrown, he's already using that calm, unbothered demeanor to provoke his opponent. Nowadays, you kids call that rage baiting. I'm 17 years old. And that baits him into telegraphing the hell out of this punch, which Suo catches and redirects it in one fluid motion. You could say he flowed like water. That was totally racist. He hits the stance, and the other guy's already intimidated. He recognized that stance. And that footwork. This is about to be a humiliation. He charges in with a right and gets flipped on his ass so fast, you probably felt like Yuji right here. That was called a kotegaeshi, or wrist return if you're not, a fundamental basic Aikido technique. He laughs at him, which provokes him into grabbing his pants like Akon. I don't know what you were expecting that to accomplish. I'll tell you what I wasn't expecting. Him wrapping his leg around his arm and dragging him. Sliding his face against the cord. I didn't add that sound, by the way. That's just the anime. Ow. Don't expect me to name that technique, by the way. I haven't unlocked that yet. He dragged 140 pounds of dude with just his inner hamstring muscles. He laughs at him, parries his next punch upwards, and hits a Shio-nage, or 4-directional throw. Another Aikido move. That's 2. He's getting absolutely humiliated in front of his entire crew, and that's just exactly what Suo wants. That's why he keeps just letting him get back up instead of grounding and pounding. Bruises will fade, but the clips going up on IG later will torment him for life. This guy is twisted. Flips to the right and bumps him down, making him enter an aura of bankruptcy comparable to Ninja. I'm not seeing enough move. This guy is so far in the hole, he should just put down the shovel. But he goes for the same exact thing that hasn't worked yet and gets his arm turned into a right angle. Suo steps under him and flips him, hitting another Shio-nage. And damn. Don't get up. Hit him so hard he turned his sexuality around on stage. That's crazy. And this is when the humiliation really starts. Weave right, weave left, catches the punch, shoulder check, parries the overhand, puts his arm in a police lock and pushes him away. Look at that! Sorry, but look at the attention to detail of how he's grabbing his arm where Suo hyperextended it. So cool. He goes for a teep kick. Suo just catches it and sweeps him down. Very Muay Thai. And he holds on to his hand like he's gonna walk him to the park later. Helps him up, lets him go ever so gently. Slip throat chop. 1-inch punch. Oh my god. That combo was one of a kind. Tries to hold him in place with the left hand, and Suo throws him down exactly like he did in the beginning. Picks him up by the hand like a child and slaps him in the back of the head to throw him back down again. No. Even if he walks out of here, he's jumping off a building at the first opportunity. Goes for a double leg or another Akon hug, I can't tell. Either way, gets tossed. Jeez, stop, bro. Pick your head up. Goes for one final haymaker.
Damn. He really about to rock my
Clothesline. This has to be the most abnormal strikes I've seen in a single fight. And I'm loving it. No McDonald's. His entire career as a hoodlum is being dismantled. He's desperate now. He has to land something. No hood will ever let him rev after this. He has to win. He has to.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
That is the first ever via emotional. Damn, here I go with a racist again. First ever emotional KO I've ever witnessed. He knows, however bad he just got embarrassed, Suo wasn't even trying. That kick would have disconnected him from Allah's server. He's done. And Crollo just walks off like a Street Fighter ending scene. So I think it's pretty safe to assume that Suo does Aikido, and he is very good at it. Not only the way he throws, but the way he circles his opponent and focuses on counter rather than direct offense. It's kind of the exact Aikido philosophy, and Aikido, just between you and me, is kind of treated like a joke martial art. It's like the vegetarian of violence. So I'm happy to see it getting some representation in anime. It really can be very cool when used right. As fun as it is talking about the smoothness of Crollo here, I think it's time we go for something a little more electric. Hide Hassan's dog, everyone, because it's time for...
Kaji RRREN.
In the first ever episode of Windbreaker, after Sakura runs a 1v20, shout out my man Kev, we see this guy show up and
I'm about to make a name for myself.
back handspring into jumping knee that goes right up there with Mikey's 540 kick on the list of things I can't stop thinking about. Kaji RRREN, or Kaji RRREN, is the captain of the second years and an absolute joy to watch. Between the Sony headphones and the lollipop addiction, this guy just oozes style. He is by far the most acrobatic fighter out of anyone in Bofa-rin. He deadass fights like Yoda. All without using his cursed speech, man. Wow.
Your Jordans are fake.
Fighting this guy is like trying to punch a fly. But what style does he use? Well, let's look at the fight he had against the guy with a literal baseball bat. Before we even get to that, he's got to get to him.
Let's do this.
Runs up, left hand, jumping switch kick, elbow to the nose, roll, shoryuken, weaves the guy behind him, and hits a double flash kick. A flash kick, by the way, is what I call it when someone does a backflip to kick someone. And he just hit two people simultaneously. I have no idea how to spell that. And we don't get to see how this fight starts, but we do get to see him denting a metal railing with his bat. Yo, this guy is sick. My hands would be ringing. He's floating away from all his swings and runs straight to the wall, hitting a goddamn Henry Stickmin wall flip corkscrew kick. I'm having to come up with new names for the shit this guy does. He hits the stage interact like it's MK11 and knocked Kaji off his feet. Goes for the crushing blow, but he weaves it. And this guy is completely demented. His CTE might be worse than mine. Slips right, pulls back. This guy pickpockets, what is that, water? Sawdust? This guy throws pocket sawdust. Kaji doesn't care. Parries the bat, barehanded. Blocks the kick, weaves the overhand, clean as hell. Rolls the backswing, and backflips over the leg kick. I'm gonna say that again. He backflips over the leg kick. Wow, Flippy, that's so crazy. Onto a railing! He busts a triple backflip on the railing like he's Simone goddamn Biles and jumps clean off the edge like a Playboy Cardi album cover. Grabs a chain hanging from the ceiling, swinging back around with all the exaggerated swagger of a black teen. And hits a double-legged dying light dropkick into the wall. And he is still up after that, like that wasn't a Tekken rage art. Rolls a swing, pulls a backstep, weave, and while he's still got his guard up, he steps into a crushing sidekick. And before we start glazing this guy too much, he's using a whole baseball bat. Okay, let's not give him nah. And he starts beating on him, saying shit like, "Oh, protecting people's lame. You should sit in this hot-ass, zero ventilation warehouses with me and like 40 other dudes all day, yada yada." Kaji ain't trying to hear that though.
Is this nigga serious?
Weaving and hitting a clean backflip straight into the Spider-Man. I told you. The exaggerated swagger of a hit the nasty chapa di chow. It's a basic capoeira move. We're going pretty international in this video, huh? Also, he just dented the metal bat. Oh yeah, he's in full Spartan rage now. Doesn't even bother dodging this hit, just tanks it. And you can see this glint in his eyes. Yeah, that's a bad sign.
Damn.
He's going full Diego Lopez. You can see his toes pointed inwards. He felt that. Right cross, doesn't even finish this left hook. Body shot, uppercut. Yeah, bro, look to the Lord. He's the only thing you got left right now. Yeah, so, capoeira, right? Yeah, that last exchange had nothing to do with capoeira at all. But if you didn't notice, that was out of character for Kaji. He's usually too in control and nonchalant to get in the stand and bang like that. Capoeira is the only martial art that evades strikes the way Kaji does. Even if the usual Ginga step isn't there, the way he gets so close to the ground and dodges and dips so acrobatically, that's all capoeira. I think it fits his personality pretty well too. Although the rail flips were some other shit, I mean, they ain't doing that in Brazil. Anyway, casual racism aside, I put him off for long enough. It's time to go after our main character.
The reigning, defending, undisputed champion of the world, Sakura.
Let's go.
This one's gonna be a little different than the last two, because our little salt and pepper shaker over here is the MC of the anime, meaning he has a lot more fights than the other two, meaning we don't have to go play by play on a single fight to pin him down. Instead, we can look at the habits he repeats and the patterns across his fights. And let's start in episode 1, because I was still expecting some average no-name shonen until I saw this. Still the most satisfying punch animation I've seen to this day. Rolls this guy's hook, flying knee, had his ass looking for salvation, uses him as a trampoline, jumped 42 feet in the air like lore-accurate LeBron, hits a 360 no-scope. I'm sorry, but if I see someone get kicked in the trachea so hard 3 liters of spit come flying out their mouth, I'm going home. And that's the first element to Sakura's fighting style. Kick heavy, push kicks, 2-touch back kicks, and spinning heel kick. He's got some crazy highlights with that tornado kick, I'm not gonna lie. Almost as clean as mine. He's also a big fan of using the escorpiao, which, you know, I can also do in real life, by the way, totally. I'm a little sore right now, so I don't want. Safe to say, not a boxer. Or wrestler, by the way.
Really, nigga?
Joe is a wrestler like 100%, and every time he shot for a takedown, two-tone's response, instead of, oh, I don't know, sprawling, was to hit a backflip over it. If your response to wrestling is to leapfrog over someone, I'm gonna mark you down as you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. We also don't see him try any other takedown apart from this Muay Thai style catch and sweep. Although there wasn't a lot of sweeping, it was pretty much just catch in. So he's a striker. Muay Thai? Nope. Muay Thai is much more planted, guard up and tank punishment. Checkerhead over here is far too agile and spazzy for that kind of style. So Taekwondo, right? They're pretty spazzy and kick heavy. Ooh, this liver shot's the only evidence I need. Not Taekwondo. Also, look at the sequence against Joe. Blocks the overhead, blocks the backswing, pull, counter cross. Straight punches will always be looping punches, so use straight punches to counter. Just a little tip from me, the best fighter on YouTube. Back fist, left hand, hands completely down, T-posing. Eat the counter and then defies all laws of gravity. Left roundhouse into jumping wheel kick into another left roundhouse. Left from Joe, and Sakura busts a cheap 720 roundhouse like it's nothing. And please tell me what your guard is made of, so you can just block a 720 kick and not move an inch. You should have gotten catapulted against the wall. But you goddamn beautiful green-eyed having stuff. So I think we have enough here to determine the way Sakura has very non-taekwondo punches to go with his taekwondo kicks. If only there was a martial art where you could kick and also box. You know, because you kick and box. Yeah, this martial art makes the most sense to me. I mean, the Rolling Thunder should have been a dead giveaway, but with kickboxing, I think you can really combine the more flashy, acrobatic style of his fighting with his more gritty street boxing style. If you put him in some classes, I think he could dog walk easy in a few years. No one's talking about dogs, bro. Even if we do need to send him 2-3 years Dagestan. Yeah. To be honest, I also debated giving him Taido, as it's a Japanese martial art and also incredibly acrobatic. But he's just so aggressive, it goes against the circling, counter-focused philosophy of Taido. But if you have any other ideas, I'd love to hear them down below. Anyway, next totally original character.
Is this nigga serious?
I mean, the anime just really recast the entire Shonen Jump manga. Why is Maki here too? Shouldn't you be erasing your entire bloodline? This guy's fighting style is pretty whack though. He fights like an ogre. Bro, leg day. Attempt it, I beg. Seriously, how am I supposed to analyze this gorilla-ass fighting? Grabbing heads and smashing them on the ground. Grabbing ankles and smashing them on the ground. Grabbing my audience retention and smashing it on the ground. You know what? We're jumping ship. I'm out. Surprise secret character unlock. Yeah, we're talking about this guy. Yeah, this guy. The one doing pull-ups on the window. Sugegura Taiga. Taiga? Yeah! This guy is the sidest of side characters, but his fighting style is still awesome. As you can tell by the shit he does mid-school day instead of studying whatsoever. Yo, are there even teachers in this school? I have yet to see a single sheet of paper anywhere. Do y'all just go to school to draw on the walls and beat the shit out of each other? He's a gym rat, just like this guy.
260, bro.
Now, in my experience, usually gym rats have overinflated egos, despite the fact that they can't fight for shit.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
But this guy, he is the exception. Shout out the boy. He uses that muscle to commit homicide in broad daylight.
You need to go to jail.
This guy is the first guy in the history of this channel to have the pro wrestling style of fighting. But how does a Japanese high schooler fight like a pro wrestler, bro? You are clearly not familiar with the pro wrestling scene in Japan. Shit gets wicked. His philosophy is literally just letting himself get stalked first before suplexing somebody into the pavement. Now, is that kind of a smart legal defense? Yes. Is he gonna get CTE at 16 years old? Also yes. But hey, you know, maybe you'll start a YouTube channel and talk about fight scenes and femboys instead of going outside and making a single friend of his entire... He doesn't block or dodge punches because he doesn't want to. That doesn't make for a good show. And my man is an entertainer, and he has my respect. Even if he is gonna die very young. Now catch this drop kick. This guy's cool, and I hope we get more of him. Even though his broccoli-ass haircut gives me Latino PTSD. No!
Damn, I bet he get all the bitches.
Still no bitches.
You know I had to put Kiriyu in here. Last but not least, the flyest guy in the show. The ladies' man himself, with a style no one can pin down because this motherfucker straight up just airbends.
What the hell is even that?
So when they went over to the warehouse level to exterminate an entire town worth of other high schoolers on a casual Thursday afternoon, no one goes to school in Japan, huh? Also, I gotta ask, who is financing these hoodies? I mean, I give Boforan a pass because it's like their school uniform or whatever. But custom tech wear for every hood rat is some next level delinquency. Anyway, after attempted homicide on both sides, the only people who walked out without a scratch are Crollo and the boy Kiriyu. And that's because both of these boys fight very similarly. Only difference is I could recognize some of Suo's Aikido, whereas I have no idea what Kiriyu does. What is that, Taijutsu? Did he hit him with a Rasengan? What the But look, alright, no worries. You're about to find out why they pay me the big bucks. Please subscribe. The first thing to note is that Kiriyu doesn't close his fists, ever. Palm strikes only. That tells us that his martial arts are from the Eastern Hemisphere. We don't really like palm strikes over here. Why? Because we're stupid. They're super effective. God, that sport is so stupid. Anyway, we can also look at the way he defends, circling his opponent instead of weaving in place. Also very similar to Suo. Now let me ask you a question. Do you know of a martial art where one uses mainly palm strikes and circles the opponent? If not, let me give you a little hint from a certain bald child. Yeah, that's right, he wasn't throwing a Rasengan. That boy actually was dead-ass airbending. The style is called Bagwan Zhang, and before you ask, no, I don't have a light. It's a traditional Chinese wushu style of combat, and it is also the inspiration behind the airbending movements in Avatar. And that just fits super well with Kiryu's light and gentle personality. Kind of. I'd like to add that during this fight, Kiryu makes fun of this guy for getting no girls.
But you, I am afraid, are maiden.
And then he finishes him off with a chin tap in. And yes, that is actually all you need to knock someone down. That's not anime logic. Sometimes a graze to the chin is really all it takes. I've seen some things. He is really one of the cooler characters in the show. My man has a glizzy phone case. I'm still waiting on Shoko to throw down, by the way. Sakura's gonna be in the cafe like,
Can I get a waffle? Can I please get a waffle?
So yeah, that's the end of the video, y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you, by the way, for 100 subscribers. I know it might seem like it's not that big of a deal, but to me it's like, I never expected so many people would enjoy my videos, and I'm truly grateful. Windbreaker has by far the best hand I've seen in anime, but I actually haven't seen many anime, believe it or not. So feel free to prove me wrong in the comments down below, as you guys often do. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Love you guys. Bye.